Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road, and you're ready to go if you want to. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast, Holiday Festival Edition. Today we are with Krista Warner. She is with, you just gotta tell it to me because I just forgot.
A Touch of Rust Market. You're good.
Touch of Rust Market.
Yeah.
Very good. And Krista, thanks for joining us. Give us a little background on you, where you grew up. Talk a little bit about your family and your career to get us started.
Yeah, so I'm actually from Montana. I don't really remember Montana. I just say I grew up in Norman because that's where I grew up. I moved here when I was about 5. Both my parents were in the military. That's where they met. So we moved here because my dad was stationed at Tinker. So I grew up in Norman, and my career kind of outside the show, I work in mental health. So I got my bachelor's in music therapy. So I'm a musician, music therapist, and just finished my master's in mental health counseling. So I work in community mental health, and I do the Touch of Rust Market as kind of like my, I guess technically now it's my business. It was my mom's business to start, but she has gifted it to me as she has gotten really into like farming and selling her own food at the farmer's market. And so she still kind of helps me out with the show, but I've been the primary owner since last fall. Since we moved venues to Decatur. So that's kind of my background, my personal background, and also kind of the background of the show a little bit.
Okay. All right. Very good. So let's jump in. Dates. When is it?
Yeah. So our holiday market is on November 4th in Decatur at the North Texas Fairgrounds from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right. So 3 questions that always help people learn more about your event. What are they going to see? Let's start with C. We're going to do see, smell, and hear. Smell meaning foods. So let's start with C. What are they going to see?
Well, you will see Santa Claus. He comes every year. And with Santa Claus, he's got a big sleigh that we have created for him. Or if we want to go with the Santa Claus, he also brought it himself. He's brought his gifts. So you'll see Santa Claus. You'll see lots of vendors with, we have vendors that are bringing in like what we call junkers, but I mean that in an endearing way. So people who go out to like antique stores and junk sites and like find collectibles and things like that. So we try to get some vintage vendors in as well. We have a lot of handcrafted home decor, holiday decor. So if you need some holiday decor, this is a place to get it. It's also a good place to get all your Christmas gifts in one-stop shop, so you can get both your decorations and your gifts. So we got candles, we got jewelry, we got home decor. We have, I think we have a knife vendor. So if you like knives, clothing, jewelry, gardening decor. I mean, lots of stuff you can find. So it's a good place to get all of your holiday shopping in one stop.
Yeah, no doubt. Where'd the concept come from?
Well, my mom started it back in 2013, and she was actually a vendor. So she used to make her own crafts, and she would go vend at shows. And then she just had the idea of like, what if I just started my own show and, did my own brand? And so it's been going on for over 10 years now. So that's kind of where it started. Wow. And she handed it over to me. Yeah.
Perfect. That's kind of be cool that you got a little start like that as it goes through there. Okay, let's jump over to smells. What does the event smell like?
Smell. Okay. Well, you will probably smell some freshly ground coffee. We have our returning coffee vendor that comes.
There you go.
We got a kettle corn vendor. So you'll probably smell some kettle corn. We got a barbecue vendor. I'm thinking of food because that's what's going to smell.
Absolutely.
And you'll probably smell some candles for sure. We got some candle vendors. Yeah, I think those are kind of the main smells. We got lots of good food and maybe I think we have some lotion vendors as well that made some like handmade lotion and stuff. So
okay, yeah,
smell.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let's jump over to extra activities. What are they going to hear? What are some things going on that they might hear?
Yeah, so we've really been trying to get we used to have some live music, but we are just the venue we're at. We're trying to get some like stereos and stuff to be able to play some Christmas music. So you'll probably hear some Christmas music, probably hear just vendors talking about their art. We also have art vendors and kind of just sharing. I think that's another part of what I really like about like supporting local businesses and stuff is the vendors are really good about kind of like engaging the customer and kind of telling them about their product. And I always think that's really cool. So you probably get a chance to talk to some of the vendors as well.
Yes, very so. Okay, so this started in your family. What's the drive for you to continue this?
I think there is like that tradition of like it's a family business, and it's something my mom was just really passionate about. And, I've grown to be passionate about it as well. Like I've owned it for about a year technically, but I've helped her over the past couple of years. And my partner's helped and some of my family. It's just like it's a family business, and so I think that is a big part of it. And we live in Oklahoma, but the show's started in Denton and we moved to Decatur, but that's kind of where my mom grew up. And so I think also just supporting local art and local businesses, I think that's also a big drive. I just like seeing what people create. I think that's really important to support that. So
yeah, perfect. Okay, now listen, a couple of fun questions because I am in live music and live entertainment. I always ask these questions.
Yes.
I just like the survey. I compile, I take the list because it's just kind of cool to find out. I want to know what the best concert you've ever seen is.
Ooh, okay. So maybe this is some recency bias, but also probably one of the best concerts. My college roommate opened for Paramore a couple months back when she was on some select shows. And so
Yep.
she was in a show in Oklahoma City and she texted me like 2 days before and was like, "Hey, do you want to come see Paramore? Like, I'll get you tickets." And I was like, not even a question. Of course I want to come see Paramore. And so yeah, that was like the best show because I didn't have to pay for the tickets.
Right.
It's one of my nostalgia. I grew up with Paramore and they just rocked. They were amazing live, huge, very, very loud, and great venue. So that's definitely
all right.
definitely
Dead or alive, you get to see one musical actor or an artist. Who would you choose?
Probably have to go with Jeff Buckley.
Okay.
I was in love with him in college, and then once I found his music and I realized he wasn't alive anymore, I was really sad. So probably Jeff Buckley.
For sure. All right. Now, different question. Favorite holiday drink?
Holiday drink. I feel like I always get made fun of for this, but I like eggnog.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like people make fun of that, but it's a good drink.
Makes fun of you for that. Like we got to deal with that issue.
I know. It's good. Well, I don't put, maybe it's because I don't put any liquor in it, and that's why people are judging me.
Gotcha.
Like, you're trying to put liquor in it? I'm like, no, I'm good with just plain eggnog.
Yeah, that could be good. Okay, refresh us the dates and the times again.
So it's going to be November 4th at the North Texas Fairgrounds in Decatur, in Denton, Texas. I'm sorry, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, very good. Krista, thanks for putting up with my video tech issues today. I appreciate you greatly.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
You bet. Well, baby, I'm on it with the ball